Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today for this push and pull mini workout. Pushing and pulling are innate functional movement patterns. We were born knowing how to push something away and pull something towards you. But things get a little bit muddied along the way as we progress to older age. And so we want to kind of refine those push-pull patterns because they're really important for functional upper body strength. So you're going to need a set of dumbbells, but they need to be heavy enough for you to make bone and muscle adaptations. So pick a weight that you think is suitable for you to do things like a rowing action, a shoulder press. Maybe it's 2, 3, 4 kilos. Maybe it's a little bit heavier, especially if you're used to doing some of these actions. But if you're new to pushing and pulling, and there's also going to be some body weight stuff, then maybe you're going to start with some lighter weights, especially if you haven't even lifted weights before. So grab something. If you don't have dumbbells, you can use something like water bottles, make sure they weigh the same, or even some tin cans, just so that you feel like you're holding something that you can push and pull. So we're going to start on all fours. You don't need your weights yet. And hands are under your shoulders, knees are under your hips. So you're in this really sort of square shape. And we're going to start simply by make your hands big, by the way. Really spread your fingers, your index fingers pointing forwards. And I just want you to start to push into the ground. Your spine isn't changing shape. Your elbows are locked. Your spine is nice and straight or nice and flat. You've balanced your weight over your knees and your hands. If you notice you've drifted forwards, just go back so that you're in your hips as well. Whatever can push into the ground, which should be feet, shins, knees, and hands, you're just going to push. And you're going to push with as much force as you can muster. And you're just going to hold and breathe. Back of the neck is nice and long. And you're going to start realizing how tiring this actually is. It's an isometric hold. And even though you're not moving your joints, they're locked in place, you should still feel some muscle tension. So we're going to simply change our hand positions and we're going to still push. You're going to move your hands further forwards. Now we've changed your angle of your arms. Your hands are further in front of you, and you might notice that it's a little harder to push, but you're still going to try and find a good amount of force. Push your hands into the ground. Feel how your arm muscles are contracting. Pull them up into your shoulders. Your upper arm bones, pull them up into your shoulders. You're still pushing with your feet and your knees and your shins, but the focus is upper body today. So we're pushing, we're pushing, we're pushing. You might notice a bit of abdominal activity. Well, that would be a good thing. Your hands are shouldered width apart. So we're going to change this again. You're going to bring your hand, take your hands wider, a wider than your shoulders hand position. It's going to feel different and you're going to keep pushing. Refine that push. You're trying to push the ground. Imagine you could push the ground lower than what it actually is. Find your push. Oh my goodness, I'm really feeling arms, back, shoulders. I hope you are as well. Deep breath in and out while you are pushing. This is also good for your wrists, by the way. If you're not used to loading your wrists, do sit back a little bit if you need to offload a bit. And then we're just going to rest. Take a second, and I hope you feel like you need to take that little bit of a rest. So just sit back. We're going to come back to a little bit more pushing in the form of a push-up, okay? Push-up, such a brilliant upper body weight exercise. We're going to stay on your knees. So I'd love your hands back under your shoulders, but this time you're going to take your knees back a little bit, and we can certainly stay on your knees for your push-ups. You're going to push the ground away. Go back to that pushing. And even though you're going to bend your elbows now, I want you to feel like you're still pushing. You're going to do 5 push-ups with me. Bend your elbows to about a 45-degree angle. You're still pushing, and especially you have to push to come up. Inhale, we lower your chest to the floor. Exhale up. No matter where you are in the exercise, whether that's elbows bent or elbows straight, you are pushing the ground away. At no point do your hands feel light. Inhale down, exhale up, and aim for range of motion. One more time. Inhale down, exhale up, and sit back on your heels. We're going to do that one more time. But this time we're going to aim for 10 push-ups. If you need to break it up into 2 sets of 5, that's okay. If you can keep going for 10, please aim for 10 push-ups. Okay, if you know you do good push-ups, you can go into a plank. Otherwise, stay on your knees. Your hands are shoulder width apart. Before we do anything, we are going to begin pushing. Push, push, push. And then when you're ready, count for 10. Inhale down, exhale up. 10 push-ups. Press your fingertips into the floor. Press the heel of your hands into the floor. Inhale down, exhale up. Remember to keep pushing. Aim for 10 in a row if you can. Otherwise, divide it up into 2 rounds of 5 and rest in between, obviously. Carry your head on top of your spine. And last one, should be 10 by now. Sit back on your heels. Well done. If you didn't quite get to 10, that's okay. You know it's something that you've got to come back and practice, please. Even if they're on your knees. Okay, so now we're going to go to some weights. That was a whole lot of pushing, but now we're going to focus on a pull, one weight at a time. Okay, I'd love you to take your knees wider because you're going to need to really balance yourself here. Your left hand is going to keep pushing. Your right arm is going to pull. And when you're ready, you're going to pull that weight off the floor. You're going to bring your elbow to the ceiling and the weight comes near your hip. And then you're going to lower that weight down. And we're going to go again. We'll go, keep going with me, and I'll be watching the time. Exhale, pull. So you're trying to pull that weight off the floor while you are pulling the right, the left is pushing. Just like we did in the beginning as that little bit of our warm-up. Pull and push. Pull and push. Both things are happening in the body at the same time. I'd love your feet and your shins and your knees to push so that you stay balanced. Fit in one more. And then have a quick rest. And we're going to do the other side. So you are going to feel more stable through the midline of your body if you keep your hand pushing. So we're switching hands. Knees are wide, feet are wide. That's just going to help you stay a little bit more stable. Begin pushing with your right arm, and that doesn't stop. And then when you're ready, you're going to pull with your left arm. Think elbow to the ceiling, aiming to not shift your hips at all. Keep pushing with your feet. And breathe. Exhale, pull. Inhale down. You keep pushing with the right arm. The left arm pulls. Your elbow goes back and up to the ceiling. Elbow is close to your t-shirt. Weight ends up near your hip. You're going to end up doing one more. Pull and release, and then just sit back on your heels and take a second. So that pull and push was happening at the same time. And when you're ready, you're going to lie down on your back. If you're suddenly realizing you need some heavier weights, then feel free to pause this video and go and get some. Okay, so now we're going into a chest press. And again, that is a push and a pull at the same time. And we're going to start with your arms up to the ceiling. Your back feels nice and flat and heavy, especially around your shoulder blades. Your palms are facing forwards. And I want you to imagine that there is a rainbow. I'm just going to put my weights down for a second. There's a rainbow over your body, over your trunk. Okay, it's going from left, around you, to the right. And I want you to think about that shape. That's the shape your arms are going to make around the arc of the rainbow. All right, so When you're ready, we're going to breathe in and bend your elbows going outside that shape of the rainbow. So that's a pull down to the floor. But now we have to push the weights back up around the sides of the rainbow. We're going to breathe. Inhale, elbows down. Exhale, press up. And we want to start feeling the chest. You want to feel your chest stretching, opening, elbows down, elbows the same height roughly as your shoulders or maybe a little lower. And then we have to push up. And it needs to feel effortful on the push, and it needs to feel controlled on the pull. The pull is down on the inhale. The push is up on the exhale. Or you could maybe imagine the weights are magnets and you want them to come towards each other, and then you want to pull them away from each other. Really feel that push and pull in your system. Inhale down. Exhale up. We're nearly there. One more time. Inhale down and up. And then just lower those weights down for a second. Okay, the same thing is going to happen when we do chest flies. You'll be holding your weights and you're going to pull the weights apart and you're going to push them together. So the difference here is that your elbows are straighter. You just have a soft bend in your elbows. So let's go. Arms up to the ceiling. Let your upper arm bones sink back into your shoulder blades so those shoulder blades are nice and flat on the floor. So we have to control the pull. Inhale, and we control as we open. And your elbows just tap the floor. Now the push. Exhale, and the push comes from your pecs, your chest muscles. Inhale, open. You might feel biceps as well, especially if these weights are on the heavier side, and you push back up. Pull the magnets apart, pull, 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 and that's the control part, and the tempo is slow. Exhale, push. You might need to push a little quicker, but the pull needs to be nice and slow. Open and push. Good. We keep going. Inhale, open, and we have to push those weights back up. We pull the weights apart and push back up. Really nice. 2 more. Can we fit in 2 more? Inhale, open. Shoulder blades stay flat. And last one. Remember to not lock your elbows. They need to be soft. Elbows just touch the floor, and you push those weights back up. Relax them down. And then you're going to stand up. Okay, so we're going to go back to a pulling exercise. We're going to be in a bent over row position, and we're going to pull. Your palms are going to be up. It's called a supine roll, a supine row. So elbows are going to pull and release. Pick up your weights and just note if you need to go a little heavier or a little lighter. Parallel feet. Bend your knees and push your butt to the wall behind you. So your weight is very much in your heels. Your back is nice and flat. Palms are facing forwards. Arms are stretched out in front of you. And so we've got this pulling action again. Bring the weights just under your chest, elbows to the ceiling, and we're going to control lowering down. And we pull. You're just trying to pull something towards you. We, as babies, were doing that. We reached for something while we were lying on our tummies or lying on our backs, and we pulled that little toy towards us because we really wanted it. So innately, primitively, we know how to pull. So just see if you can tap into that and just pull those weights towards your chest. Elbows nice and close to you, and release. And we're just trying to strengthen here. We're making bone and muscle adaptations as long as these weights are heavy enough for you and you're starting to feel some fatigue. 2 more. Back nice and flat. You'll be feeling your back. You'll be feeling your arms. You might feel your wrists. You might feel your forearms. All of that is good stuff. And stand up. Well done. Put your weights down for a second. Shake it out. And we're going to finish with a push. It's a push and a pull. We're going to do single arm. Push the weight up, pull the weight down. Push the weight up, pull the weight down. All right, we're going to take both weights. Why not? So the other arm is ready, and you can just work on your grip while the one arm is not moving. So one arm up, sort of like a half of a W position. Stand up nice and tall, anchor your feet, and we focus on the push. Push your weight up and pull it down. And where we can think about movements as simple as just a push and a pull, or a squat or a hinge, all functional movement patterns that we knew how to do from an early age without anybody teaching us. Sometimes now we need to be retaught how to do the basics. Push, pull. Your palm is facing the wall in front of you. Push, pull. That's all it is. You're looking to straighten your arm near your ear. Well done. Aim to get that arm straight. A functional movement reaching overhead. One more. And we're going to let that arm rest. And we're going to finish off on this side. When you're ready, we push. Notice your easier arm. Where do you have a little bit more strength? Inhale up, exhale down. And on the arm, the moving arm, when it goes up, you might notice that there is a very tiny side bend to the other side. Because usually when one arm goes up, imagine reaching for something on a top shelf or a high cupboard, you would be ending up in a little side bend when you take your arm up. So just notice that one side gets a little longer, the other side gets a little shorter, not on purpose. It should be happening innately, automatically. Well done. One more. Push, pull, and rest. Lower those arms down. Interlock your fingers behind your back. Just a very quick stretch. Open your shoulders and chest. Pull your fingers apart without them actually coming apart. And just go for a big stretch here. Lengthen your tailbone. Deep breath in and out. And I hope you enjoyed that little push and pull mini workout. Stretch your arms up to the ceiling. Reach your arms down. Feel free to comment if you've got any comments. And if you would like, I've got a free upper body strength is just 10 minutes, a strength routine. You can request it via the link below and you will automatically receive it. It's a really good one, just 10 minutes to build really great upper body strength. I hope to see you soon. Bye.